Hey, hello, hi, welcome to Unveiled. We're gonna play some D&D. We're gonna jump right into intros, and then I'm gonna do a recap, and then we're gonna play D&D on this here live play thing where we play a homebrew 5e world. Hi, Joff.
Hello, I am Brain No Longer Work, but call Joff, and I am here.
Who you
Um,
pull?
Hello, Andy. I'm gonna play Satsume Yari, who is a little Demi Fox girl, and all right, someone else.
Hell
Someone
yeah.
else turn.
Hi, Amador.
That's me. I'm Amador. Uh, Fuck, my brain doesn't work either. I play Argyle Bullywomp. I also do artificer things and alchemist things, and I'm grung and I hippity hop. Back to you, Andy.
Beautiful. Hi, Tony.
Hey, good evening, everybody. How we doing? Uh, Andy, I just want to let you know that there may be a little bit of ice knife action tonight because Rusati's a little rusty. So strap in. Here we go. And hey, I'm Tony. I play Rusati Tea Leaf. You can find me on the internet. I don't feel like dropping it right now. So back to you, Andy.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, Andy. You already said my name, so I don't feel like I need to say it. But I play Tilvius the Centaur. Back to you.
And last but not least, hi, Juice. Juice, you are muted. This motherfucker.
Fucking muted. I'm fucking muted. God damn it. Over here just going off.
We missed it all.
I gotta restart. It's Andy Richter, right? That's who we're joking about.
I don't know what
right?
you're talking
It's
about.
Andy fucking Richter.
I have no idea.
I've been trying to figure out from day goddamn one. It's gotta be Andy Richter. Fucking.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean? Who is this fucking Andy? You goddamn monsters! Stop fucking with my brain. It's okay. I play Saris, a white dragonborn warlock indebted to the Feywild. There's lots that we have not explored with that yet. I think that's all you fucking need to know until you tell me who this Andy is. I'm not fucking telling you another thing.
What do you mean? I'm Andy.
You're not Andy. You're Shiro or Dakota. You cannot be Andy.
All right. Well, back to Andy. Last time on this show, we went to a mansion. We found a ghost that was just a dog, and the party just massacred this poor animal. Really just brutalized the dog.
It was the three-headed dog.
It was okay. The dog may have been three-headed, and it may have attacked first, but the party did murder a dog. That did happen.
I murdered the dog. I murdered it.
They went back to the guild, turned in their contract, and met the guildmaster of the hall, and then went to explore and find more information about what was going on with the count. They learned about a dude that had done research into doggos and chimeras, and who may or may not do magic. Yeah, and then they went to a tavern to learn about him, found out where he lived, and then they went to his house. And as they got to the house, they walked up to a garden of stone dogs and maybe other animals, knocked on the door, and the door slid open. And as you turn around to ask Gerda if she smells anything, that is when you all notice that Gerda's not there. Gerda has seemingly disappeared as you were all investigating, looking for this house.
Is anyone concerned about that? I feel like that's just plot armor because she's just not player is not here.
For those at home, we are missing Emily tonight, unfortunately, due to a birthday. So, if you are ever seeing this for any reason, send your well wishes for the missed birthday.
Hey.
Why am I naked? None of my armor, nothing's on.
You're just frisky like that.
I don't know that I'm like overly concerned. that she's gone, but
Is she going to turn into a crocodile and eat people?
I think she might be looking for some more of those mushrooms, if you know what I mean.
I think Saris is full of opportunity for a rat.
I think it's somebody else's problem. Just saying.
What do we do now?
What
Who's
I do?
Yes.
Who has dark vision?
You are standing in front of this ramshackle house, like a very darkened wood. Yari does have dark vision.
I have dark vision.
I
And
don't
as
think I do.
As this door creaks open, you hear that. You peer inside.
What did we hear? Could you say that slightly louder?
No, I'm good. That was it. You get it the one time. That's it.
But was it Foley or was it a voice?
No, it was just a noise. What do you mean?
Okay, it was just
Yeah.
the creaking door.
Yeah,
Okay.
my creak needs work. As you kind of peer inside, you see what looks just like a normal room, and those of you with dark vision can see that it is wrecked, just absolutely destroyed. There are chairs
Can anyone
shredded.
without dark? Can anyone with like a light spell please light this room up so I can also enjoy this narrative description?
Isn't it cast light? That's a fair
I'll toss
question.
some light in there.
Yeah, so it does
Thank you.
illuminate the room. It
Got
does
you.
not
Got you, don't
illuminate any like blood stains or other like liquids anywhere. You just see bookshelves shredded, books.
Wait, is there a
destroyed.
spell for like CSI UV light that shows like cum stains
Yeah.
and blood?
I'm going to choose to think that it's dancing lights as a specific color. You know, I think it's dancing lights as a specific thing.
Yeah, you have to tune them just right.
Great.
They probably teach that in the academy. But yeah, so this room is shredded and completely wrecked. It looks like somebody has come through and just tore it apart.
Come through.
I was gonna make the joke, but I decided not to because you were.
I have no filter. I have
It is-
worked too hard today.
It's
gone.
about an 11 by 11 room.
I think that's a reference to some of our private chats earlier. Someone was talking about a 10 by 10 room.
Maybe a reference.
You know,
Okay. It's a good room. You know.
Anybody home?
There is silence as a response.
Are there any doors to other rooms?
No, this looks like it was a single thing. You see like a mat in the corner also just torn up as if somebody had like dragged something through it, looking
Just
peering
covered in
inside.
cum.
Yeah, just covered in cum.
Everywhere.
There's just strange stains all over.
Don't let
Slices.
as DM. You should not let your players just do that. we will ruin your story.
Nah, I don't know. It's going great. It's going great.
So far,
It's
so
gonna
good.
be interesting.
There's a lot of cum in here.
There's a lot of what? What did you say? Come? Do I need to come here?
I think this is a welcoming. No,
mean,
okay, I'm sorry. I felt
I-
that.
it looks a little messed up inside, guys. Like, you not see all this trash stuff? It's crazy.
There was a struggle of some kind.
does it
I
look
would
like
like
it was a
to-
struggle, or does it look like they were like
Angry.
Like-
Angry throwing.
tearing the place apart looking for something?
Make me a perception check. Or an insight check, your choice.
Perception is 24.
Oh Jesus! Yeah, on a 24, as you're kind of looking around, you don't get the feeling that this was any type of conflict. You don't get like as you're looking around, there's no like signs of a fight, no, as if there were two things opposing. You're taking a look specifically at the bed, how it was like dragged through with a what seems to be a blade. How all the books are pulled off the shelves, and like the bookshelves are thrown to the side out of the way. Somebody was looking for something.
Right on. This is probably going to require something more like investigation or something like that. But can we kind of discern like what kind of thing they were looking for? Like if they were focusing in one place or another?
You can't, or people can roll me investigation unless you're looking for something specific.
Uh,
I'm
go
I'm
ahead.
looking for traces of magic with detect magic.
Yeah, roll me Arcana.
I get advantage on Arcana checks, I believe, as a wizard, don't I?
For fucking what? Like I
don't know. I thought there was a feat for that. Hold on.
just for being
Stand
friendly.
by.
just
I
for being
forgot
a
to bring the
wizard.
character
Make
sheet
any-
up.
For being
He didn't
so
make any-
handsome.
I legitimately thought
Yeah,
that they.
look, he didn't make any cum jokes, so he gets one.
I didn't. You know.
You know
give
what?
me a-
Inspiration. Bam.
Oh, listen to
You could give me negative inspiration.
You get
True.
depression.
Well, it was the same number. That's an 11.
An 11. Okay.
11.
Who
With a
who's
plus
rolling
6.
investigation?
I'm really bad at that, so I'm not.
I can go for a spin.
Okay, go for it.
Can I assist give Argyle the help action by pointing out like stuff that
Yeah.
I found,
And I'm
across
also
the way
gonna-
and why it looks like it's more of a smash and grab than a fight.
For
I'm
sure.
gonna give myself guidance also.
Yeah.
What does that look like? Are you just like, you can do it, buddy? Come on, you can do it. You can do it.
I'm gonna be like, I'm like not inner monologue you, but I'm giving myself like I'm kind of scanning and I give myself like a little theme song, so you like hear very quiet humming.
Yeah.
That is a 23.
Okay. So in a 23 investigation, you're kind of digging around this room, kind of going through things. And you notice something. Everything is torn to shit here. This place seems small. Like from the outside, you would have assumed that this wasn't a very large domicile, but larger than this. That's all.
Okay.
Rosati, on your detect magic and your Arcana roll, you're looking around this place, and you notice traces of illusion magic. It seems to be like in the air here, and as you're kind of looking around to and you cast this detect magic, it feels heavy here. You're not sure if it's this room or if it's Saris in general, because it feels heavy. And as you're kind of looking around, you also notice there are like chalk outlines on the floor, and you immediately recognize them as ritual circles. This is something that your mother would have taught you about, and one of her lessons comes back to mind. It's her talking about where people study magic and how typically people are only considered true wizards if they come from either the Empire's academies for mages, where they breed their mages for, or used to breed their mages for war, whether they come from Alabaster and proceed to the White Council, or whether they come from the spires of Aeolus on their island. Those are the three places where magic is predominant. Anybody else is much lesser. They don't have much of an education. But your mother assured you that you would not have to worry about that, and that all of them were bumbling fools who didn't understand the truth of magic.
Damn. Okay, that was a lot.
Yeah.
Guys, I don't really know how to describe it, but things feel a little fake here, if you know what I'm saying. So just keep your eye on things. It's a little illusionary in here as I'm kind of looking around. You can see my eyes have turned that kind of green, purple color that usually comes about whenever I'm detect magic.
Could Rasadi and Argyle kind of corroborate using my investigation and what they've gotten with their arcane, see if maybe we can kind of spot out where maybe the hotter spot of the illusionary magic may be coming from. Like, kind of find more patterns within, the room. Maybe kind of read between the lines.
Yeah. Give me another Arcana check, Rosati, at advantage.
Can I also do some stuff? He said there's illusions around.
Yeah.
Is there a location, like specific?
It seems to be all encompassing in the room.
Okay.
8. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, Yari's just gonna close her eyes and move around the room because she doesn't need to rely on sight. And if it's messing with her vision, with blind sight, the first thing it says is that it says monster, which is funny, but someone with blind sight can perceive its surroundings without relying on sight within a specific radius. So she's just going to turn her eyes off and move around.
Yeah, so you start making your way around the room as Rosati kind of walks over, and you are examining the circles on the ground. To you, they seem like this guy had some idea of what he was doing. These are similar to circles that you would draw, right? And you're kind of like continuing your way and like observing everything. And as you're coming to the far wall, and as Yari is kind of coming around, Yari, you feel what feels like a door in this wall. And Rosati, as you come to it, and your detect magic is there. The veil of illusion feels thicker in what looks like a door. It's almost as if the more you concentrate on this area, you can see the illusion outlining a door hidden in the back of this room.
I relay all of that to the folks. Like it's right there. Right there.
Interesting.
Very
I
nice.
don't know if I want to touch it per se, but it's right there.
I'll touch it. And I touch it.
I think you muted Chris, by the way.
Cirrus touches it. I was about to say, it seems like it's pretty important that we touch it, and then Josh said, "I touch it."
Yeah, so you kind of swagger up as Yari and Rosati are in front of this door, and you go, "I'm gonna touch it," and as you just lean in to push it, you touch what feels like a wall.
You're an asshole.
Feels like a wall. But maybe it's a puzzle. Maybe there's a lock.
Can we ascertain as a group what we might have going on here?
Hey, Cirrus, if you start on that side of the wall, I'll start on this side. Maybe we can find some grooves where the door might be.
Oh,
Maybe a hinge?
Or a push. We could try pushing it on one
Groovy.
side.
I take I also, while they're doing all of this, I'm gonna look down. Is there any like dust or lint or anything like on the floor that I could scoop up a handful of?
yeah. There's dust and like debris all over the place.
Okay. So as fine as I can get it. While they're searching like this, I'm gonna go to where I think this is, and I'm just gonna look for an air current and just
It's the wrong button.
blow this out and see if it gets sucked under the wall anywhere.
Oh, interesting.
An air
Big
gap.
brain.
I got a 16 on investigating the wall for grooves.
Yeah. Okay. So let's deal with that first. As you're kind of like moving your hand around, you do feel hinges as you head over to the left hand side of this. And as you're kind of trailing your hand around, you feel small grooves where a door would be. And at some point, you find what feels like a small little rectangular hole towards the middle of this wall. The dust, as you blow it, I think only heads towards It just kind of falls to the ground. I don't think it gets sucked in anywhere.
I think there's some sort of rectangular key we're looking for, because right here there's a rectangular
Let me feel it. I'm pretty good with blocks, so I will manually examine what he found.
Yes. Do you want to roll investigation or perception or insight? Whichever one.
Definitely perception, which is not very high roll.
What about thieves'
12.
tools? What about thieves' tools? What about
Well,
thieves'?
I'm not. I'm just
He-
feeling it. I'm not
he
trying to
might-
unlock it yet.
He might get to those.
Okay.
What did you get? I'm sorry.
12 total.
Okay. I think on a 12, as you go to look at it, you are aware that there is something inside of this that is the mechanism for opening whatever this is. You've never seen it before.
I still haven't.
Yeah. But you can feel that it's there. It seems to be a mechanism for opening a door.
Well, I can try to pick it. I don't know, since I'm very unfamiliar with this. I will reach into my shirt and sultrily pull out my thieves' tools and try to do it blind. Do I get penalty or disadvantage, or what do you want to do?
You do get disadvantage, yeah.
Alright. I rolled an 18 and a 13
That's
plus
pretty good.
dexterity is so plus 5, so 18 is my low roll.
Yeah, I mean, as you kind of take the tools and you head into this, you are expecting pins, right? You're expecting to push up and find pins to open this door. That's not what you find. Instead, you find like this strange apparatus as you happen to push your pin in, and you take a second, and you think this is a very clever thing they're trying to do. They're trying to use an abnormal lock. Until you realize you're just significantly smarter than them. You put the small, thin piece away that you were using to check for the pins. Grab a rake, shove it in there, and go, "Where?" And then the door slides open.
It's a door.
We already knew that.
Do we see it or do we just hear it?
Yeah, no. As this door opens up, it becomes visible. There's now this like square hole in the wall where the door was, and you can see that it is like this normal wooden, like dark walnut colored door that slides open into the next room, and there are some stairs that lead down.
Tilvius, you can't go.
I can walk stairs.
The last time
What?
we went downstairs,
You can
bad
do
things happened.
stairs? Okay, who wants to go first?
I can take point.
Okay.
I can cover rear.
I would be somewhere in the middle, please.
Get our fighters in the front and the back. Get our magic users.
Do you
in
need our full order or
No,
fast
just-
enough?
You guys are having a blast.
Okay.
So-
then
As
I would like my light to go in front so that they have light.
there's so much cum everywhere.
Gross.
I
So
don't
gross.
think that word means
Just
what you
water-
think it means.
water stains all over the place.
I say to Rasadi, lights a stationary cantrip. Let me use my dancing lights. They can move.
To Padan.
That's what I meant, but this is a perfect segue, so go right ahead.
Do I have a light spell? Let me look.
So I will send my dancing lights down ahead of all of us.
Beautiful. As you guys head down the stairs lower, eventually this like eerie green glow starts to meet up, and as you're kind of heading down, some of you that are more familiar with mages in the world realize that this is some stereotypical shit. Like, goddamn, they couldn't do anything other than green, as the coloring down here, you get to the bottom of the stairs and you see what looks like a laboratory. There is a large glass cylinder in the corner. Um, there is a table with books and little pouches of crystals and ashes on it. There are papers strewn all over the place. There's another bookshelf with many books on it here. You see torches and scones.
Scones.
Scones
Scones.
here.
Blueberry.
Yes. Uh, yeah, that's what you see in this room. There are also envelopes sitting on the desk next to all of the notes and books.
I would like to inspect the note or the envelope.
And
Yeah.
as Yari comes in, the first thing she thinks about is if somebody else is in here.
Do you case the joint?
Yeah, I'm casing it.
Okay, make a perception check.
I was trying to show my laboratory so I could be like, this is my lab. This is my laboratory.
I rolled a 10, but my passive perception is 21.
Okay. Anybody else want to do anything in this room?
I'm just inspecting the notes.
I'm just ready. I'm just standing by for action.
Is there any kind of empty alchemist flasks kind of laying around? Filled alchemist flasks would be cool too.
Yeah, you can find some empty vials around for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna steal those.
Yeah, I'll say that you can find 3 empty vials in here of like a smaller size.
I'll take what I can get.
Yeah. Yari, as you are kind of like casing the joint and going through, you feel what you don't see it, but you feel as you're moving around a figure inside of that large tube, but it appears to be unmoving. And it's kind of like fogged and you can't tell exactly what's inside, but you feel a shape of a creature. It appears to have 4 legs and it appears to be dog-like, but that's all you get from your senses. Rosati, as you go over and inspect the table, roll investigation actually. Let's see how much.
Can I give Rosati guidance?
Sure.
You can.
I'm like, you got this.
Investigation. It's gonna be terrible no matter what. Okay.
For the wizard, that's rough.
It is really rough. It's a 12.
Okay. On a 12, as you're kind of looking through, you take a look at some of the papers on. You see diagrams and what looks kind of horrific as like beheaded animals and pieces of other animals attached, and typical chimeric work. You take a look at some of the books, and they're about specifically necromancy, and then you take a look at the envelopes, and nothing particularly catches your eye. You do see something that is directed to or from Count Vadir. That's on one of the envelopes. And on another, you see a stamp. And you've seen this shape before. It almost looks like a ship with a crown insignia on it. And you've seen that all over Saris. That's like a symbol of Saris. That's the Duke's symbol.
There is some crazy shit afoot in here. And there's somebody rather important that either knows about this or somebody in his office knows about this. Whatever's going on in here. Like
It looks like there's a.
necromancy type shit.
Hey guys, it looks like there's another dog here in this tube.
Dog? And I.
Yeah, like maybe one of the dogs that we saw before. It looks like there's one of the dogs here, guys.
Like, alive and awake?
It's magic. I don't really deal with that. There's a shape of a dog in a tube. Magic, guys.
All right, Rusati, what did the letter say?
Well, They just Shiro, they didn't really say a whole lot. They just had.
So
You've
neither
just
of
seen
these,
the envelopes.
yeah, neither of these have been opened yet.
Oh, okay. Well, then let me do the thing.
Okay. As you cut open, because you aren't checking or anything, you're just cutting these open, correct?
I mean, I would obviously look at it before I slice it open, but
Sure. As you're kind of looking at it, not actually, you have detect magic, don't you?
yeah.
Okay. As you are looking at these envelopes with detect magic, because I had forgotten that was a thing, the one to Count Vidir seems normal. There's nothing odd about it. The one from the Duke, you catch evocation on.
Oh, hold on. Then I do try to. Is it trapped or is it trapped or is this like the letter is?
You can roll Arcana.
Sure. Let's see how that goes. Swimmingly, that's a natural 20 for a lot.
Oh.
26.
Oh.
Yep. That's
Well,
crazy.
fuck.
I've been rolling like shit.
Okay. With a natural 20, you're looking at this and you're kind of familiar with the concept of fire, right? You understand the creation of fire and what it takes magically to make it. And you see those same elements. It's as if the words of a spell flash in front of your face. This is definitely something to do with fire. It seems small and controlled. And as you're looking at it, you think that it probably is meant as a form of protection for what's ever inside.
All right.
On a nat 20, as you're looking at it, you see the words almost as if they are strings. And as you're looking, you think that just maybe you could reach out and unfurl them.
Can you guys like step back just a little bit?
What are you gonna throw, an ice knife?
No. I'm gonna open this letter, and it very well could light my face on fire.
Well, let's take the other papers away from you then.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, yeah. That's
Sure.
a good idea.
That's a great. I'm just standing here. I'm not doing anything yet. So go ahead and do your stuff.
All right. Yari just kind of moves anything flammable away from where you're starting.
Argyle kind of does that.
Clear the desk of books and papers.
As soon as we are ready, I will pull that thread.
Yeah, so it's not a physical pull. It's as if you are breaking apart the words that make the magic.
Nice.
And you
That's
imagine this untangling, and you watch as that evocation breaks apart. And I'm going to say that when we get to the level, or even now, you can add Dispel Magic without using it as your level up spell. You can add it to your spell book.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's so
cool.
fun.
That's a pretty cool way to honor a nat 20.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
That was badass.
While Rosati is going through this, because I imagine it takes a little bit of time and focus, Yari turns to Tilvius, and right now Drew says Scratch instead of Cirrus, but I know the truth. You're not Scratch.
Oh, damn it.
Amen. And
Does my name? Oh, my name does say Scratch.
it does. And then thinks better for a second, turns to Argyle and says, apologies. I'm going to start talking about some stuff and it's not going to make any sense to you.
Okay, I am listening.
It's not going to matter if you do. And turns back to Tilvius and Cirrus and says, I know, Cirrus, you're not going to remember this. Tilvius,
It feels like a slight against me personally.
Tilvius, do you remember when I was talking about my home?
Yes.
And leaving my home?
I remember that. I do remember those things.
Cirrus, what's my name?
God damn it.
Yeah. So, um, the day just prior to the night that the temple was attacked, a man showed up and had words with the abbot, and I'm not privy to those words. I wasn't there. I was kind of sneaking around trying to hear this because this was like clearly a very important person that came pretty much by themselves, which is kind of unheard of. They rode in. It was a heated conversation, but not antagonistic. Then that person left, and then the night after that, we were attacked in the night. I didn't get the feeling that this person was involved in the attack. I didn't recognize them as any of the members of the party wearing masks, which is why I freaked out before. This was somebody that showed up, talked to the abbot, seemed to be respected in some way, or maybe they even knew each other, and then vanished. And maybe it was a warning, maybe it was something. All I know is that this person was important and powerful enough to travel the empire by themselves.
Did they vanish into thin air in
No,
front of you?
they left. I saw them leave.
Okay.
But I recognized them yesterday, or was that even earlier today? It was earlier. Yeah, I recognized them earlier today, this morning, when we were talking on the news. There was, or when we were watching the news, like that illusory news. The person in the black armor, that's going to be speaking at some sort of event tomorrow, some sort of diplomatic event tomorrow, was that same person. And Argyle and I, what?
They have motorcycles in the Empire.
They do have motorcycles in the Empire.
Sorry.
So
my windows are single pane.
So it's like Argyle and I were on that shitty convoy. There were dogs involved, like multi-headed dogs, and everybody, was massacred from that. And it points to this, this Count, right? Count Vidir. And then this guy's here pretty much the day we were supposed to arrive with this convoy. It's like, I know it's circumstantial, but number one, I got to find out who this person is just for me, because I don't know what they're doing here, and they must be important. And I don't think they know I'm here, but like, I know they're here. You know what I'm saying? And I just got to know why they're here and who they are. But also, it's an envoy from the Empire here in Saris. And then, Rosati's over there looking at something that has the Duke's signet on it and Vidir's signet on it, and it all has to do with dogs. It just seems so like...
To be clear, the envoy from the Empire, the speech from the Empire is something the guild is reporting on. He is not in Saris at the moment.
Oh, I misunderstood.
That is something, most guild news is localized for whichever guild hall you happen to be at. This was something that was so important that they broadcasted it to every guild hall.
Oh, that's why I misunderstood, because I thought it was local.
I spent the last few years in the Feywild, and before that I lived under a tree. What is the Empire?
Okay, the Empire is the country on the island, on the big-ish island next to where we are.
And if you had to sort of have a feeling about the Empire,
I don't. It's just another place. I like, when it comes to politics,
it just sort of sounds ominous, like the Empire.
Well, I mean, it's the only empire around, right? We're in what nation are we in right now?
Anralat.
Anralat, and Anralat is like city states.
It's not an empire.
No, I don't think so.
More of a kingdom.
Yeah.
Oh, king. It has it. Does it have a king?
I
Yeah.
think so.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Does the Empire and Unrala get along?
Sometimes and sometimes not. Like right now, there's relative peace. So far as I know, business is pretty good. But
Is it odd that a dark knight from the Empire would be speaking for a city in Unrala?
well, no, they're not speaking for it. I was wrong. I thought that they were. I thought they were here, but it's just going to be something that's going to be broadcast magically.
But even that is that odd.
That's real odd. That's real odd.
I was gonna
Okay.
say that is
And the fact
not-
that I recognize them.
Anyone besides Juice can roll a history check.
Oh yay! I love intelligence-based things.
See, I'm the character who the audience gets to understand the story
know
through.
shit.
Hey, can I give somebody can I give somebody advantage with the help action instead, because I don't have good history, but I can talk about like the
Too late, I
country.
already
and
rolled
stuff.
a 9.
You can help connect dots, right?
My history is
Yeah,
a
I'll help
+6,
connect.
and I got a 14.
I'll help
So
connect dots with
20?
Argyle.
Okay.
Huh?
A 20?
No, 14.
Oh,
after
14 with the
+6.
6. Dude, you are rolling like just a god tonight.
It's
Hey,
upper
Argyle, have you ever
Yeah.
made socks?
Argyle's trying really hard to recall some information right now, and Sirius just turns to you and goes, "What about socks?"
Have
And
you ever
then-
made socks? Because you could call them Argyle socks.
Well, he's wearing socks right now, and those are Argyle socks.
So they're
Actually,
technically Argyle socks.
actually, I don't wear shoes, and then I show my little webbed feet, my little frog
Cute.
feet.
We
They're
have
really
to get
cute.
Argyle
And then
some
two
socks.
Germans look at each other and go, "Shoot the glass."
Okay. Argyle, what did you get on the roll?
I got a 19.
Okay. Ruzati on a 14. You have opinions on the Empire. Imports from them seem amazing. Specifically, the tea that you get from there is stellar. You have a positive opinion on the things that they export and the things that you've seen from there. Argyle, on a 19, you have a very poor opinion of the Empire. You know of the time when they were a entire nation obsessed with war, and their entire purpose was uniting everything under the Empire. The Eastern continent did not used to be the Empire.
Wait, it's not just an island; it's a whole continent.
It is a continent, yes.
Yari hasn't been there in a very long time.
Personally speaking, I think they're bad news.
You do know that they stopped trying to, some maybe 25, 30 years ago, they stopped their quest for obtaining everything under the name of the Empire, and you have no idea why. They
Okay, I was
stopped.
just about to follow up with why, but
Yeah.
my few run-ins with offhanded soldiers coming into the clinic and mingling with me and Miapa, and we've never had a good experience. They're an obsessed people, not very kind. They are driven for one thing, and that is war, and for whatever reason they stopped.
Well, let's see what these letters say.
Rasadi, would you mind?
I would be honored.
As you kind of get done, and Rosati finishes up his little spell and untangling the magic and his newfound understanding of how to break magic apart. You open them up, and you see the letter from Vidir first, as you're kind of like, paging through it and reading it. It seems very like flowy, and there are way too many words in this, and whoever wrote this really had too much time on their hands. The basis of the letter is asking about creating an army of controllable chimeras.
Ugh.
That is what this letter is about. It is requesting how it would be done and asking for this person as a retainer for those services.
Right. Okay. Well, that was dark.
The Duke's letter, on the other hand, as you open it up and you start to read it, asks about the ability of organ transplant, specifically hearts, and the viability of that. It doesn't have any further details. It asks specifically about the viability of heart transplants.
So that's a little weird. Yeah, guys. And he just basically reads it back.
Maybe Duke has a sick relative he's trying to save or something. We don't know.
I don't know. That's a little weird. Weird.
Out of character, what is the Duke? What's his what is his association exactly? Where does he lie? Like, is he a part of the Empire or?
So the Duke is the head of Saris.
Okay, so where we are currently.
Right.
Okay.
There is a whole council and many other governing factors of Saris that deal with like other issues like trade and like the social aspects of it are handled by different councils, but the Duke has a seat on every single council.
Ooh, that's I don't like that, dude.
That's not bad at all.
No, nothing could ever happen. Nothing bad at all. Ooh, that is. That is not a good sign. Not at all. No bueno.
So, what are we gonna do with this?
More importantly, who can we even go to with this if we were to do something?
Wait a minute. Is this our problem?
This is currently our problem.
I'd say it's especially Yari and Argyle's problem. But yeah, we're all in this together.
It could. Well, it doesn't point at us.
Yeah, not in
No,
particular.
Not
It's
at
not
you,
really-
but
Yeah, we were part of something that was part of this conspiracy, but we were paid hands.
yeah.
And it was guild involved. So this is
I don't-
more like
I don't want to diminish your claim that this is our problem, but why is this our problem?
well, it could be the guild's problem because they helped facilitate this.
Yeah,
as a
I was
job.
gonna say we should take this to the guildmaster.
But the
This-
guild might not care, but this would
Nope.
definitely be a magistrate's problem.
We don't know if
If-
they'll care or not until we try.
Yeah.
I
That's true.
I would like to also say maybe the meddling of this could bring a wartime again. Maybe could bring ruin for this entire land for everybody.
Vadir wants an army of wolf monsters.
And
Controllable
Vadir,
chimera.
Is it-
Who does he want to attack with an army? You don't have an army just to have an army. You have an army for war.
Vadir is the Duke. Is it the Duke of this land, which is
Vadir is the guys whose house we went to where we fought the
Right.
dog.
The Duke's
Right,
Yeah,
just
but
a
you're
count.
just really.
Yeah, he's just
who is
Yeah.
a count? Is a count of this land. He is
Different guy.
Of-
Not the Duke.
not the Duke. Okay, there's a count and a Duke. Okay,
Many counts.
and this is Anwahar. What is this? How do you spell that?
Onrala?
Anrala.
Onrala.
Unrelaxed.
Spelling for you.
Anrala. Okay, so there's a count of Anrala who's trying to raise an army of chimera dog beasts, and we don't know why.
No.
And on top of that, I'd like to point out that I did mention flesh golems at one point too. So soldiers, not just dogs.
Oh, that's true. We don't know if he's only making dogs, but we know dogs have been made.
Yes.
Dogs and wolves. I'd say we take this to the guild.
It doesn't
I
hurt to.
will remind people of the knocker and the obsession with wolf and
With
dog
dogs.
decor.
Yes.
Hey, so
At the count.
Mm-hmm.
I again, I don't want to like be a bummer or anything, but like, I've only recently started working for the guild. Who is in charge of the guild?
The guy we met.
And it also depends on the guild.
Yeah, well, it's the guild. The guild is kind of a kind of a loose
it's
affiliation,
overall, I see. Yeah.
right? As far as I know, the guild is run by the collective of guild hall. Like the people that run the guild halls.
Roll a history check.
I'm not going to do well at this.
It's a flat roll.
I would like to give him the help action. I've been in the guild for a little bit.
Yeah, go for it. Actually,
13.
I've been in
or-
the guild for like a week. Could I get the help action?
It's either 13 or a natural one. So I'm going to go with the 13.
the 13 is good. You know that it is about a collective of guildmasters, and that they do have conversations with each other. And you know that some of the guildmasters are older and have been at this for a long time, and they probably carry more weight, but you don't know who they would be or which guild halls they're associated with.
And that's what's really tricky is like the fellow that we met here at Port Saris might be super important because Port Saris is such a huge guild. But it also could just be that they're really good at managing a guild and not necessarily like one of the highest ones. Like for all we know, Mirren might be like the highest. Like
She might be queen of the guild.
she might be.
I'm just
super
like-
important. There's also, but there's also like
Does the guild care about international politics?
the guild cares about the guild. And because of that, and commerce and guild activity, they definitely care about like the balance of power between different places. Because the guild exists everywhere. It doesn't, it's like it crosses all borders.
Except the Empire.
Except the Empire.
The guild does not exist in the Empire?
Nope.
Interesting.
It is an agreement with everybody will know this. This is like part of the thing. It is an agreement with the countries that you reside in that the guild maintains special privileges for its members in exchange for that country being able to submit jobs and propositions to the guild. If there is ever like a world altering thing in a country with the guild is obliged to send help. Except for the Empire. The Empire never signed any agreements with the guild.
And I don't really know why that is, except, you know, like it could be that the Empire didn't want anyone acting even remotely autonomously to the government.
I have a healthy skepticism for authority figures.
I think that's super
It's very
wise.
fair.
It's
And-
fair.
Honestly, I started out as the guild, as all of you know, except for you, Argyle, that you know, it was a way for me to stay under the radar. You know, it was a job and a means to an end. I don't have any loyalty to the guild other than that, and the fact that, you know, we can get some coin. And I think the vast majority of guild members are like that. You know,
Yeah, it seems like.
I think the proven are completely different. That is a different breed. Like the proven guild members, they are probably also directing how the guild functions for all I know.
Where are the cats meow?
Is there does information matter to Walden? That's the town I'm from, right? I remember.
Yeah.
I mean, it would matter to Walden if they set this army on it.
Imagine the lives they could take if they were to do a full-scale invasion with whatever this
Wait,
is.
Is Saris in the same country as Walden?
Yeah.
Saris? Oh yeah.
Yeah, we have not even remotely come close to escaping
Yeah, but
country's borders.
Cyrus might not know
Oh.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. But if this army is unleashed in some sort of international conflict that could bring war to my town, to my family.
To everyone. We don't
That's
know.
correct.
We don't know the how much their power encompass. It could literally be anywhere.
Okay,
Everywhere.
I care now.
Great.
Think about the free stuff too. You know.
Somebody can make me an insight check if they would so desire.
Ooh,
I would love to do that.
I'll
this
give it
guy.
a shot. I don't think I'm good at that, but I'll give it a shot.
16.
I will not do that.
I got a
I nat-
17.
I nat 20 for a 24.
Ooh, that's real good.
Mwah.
Okay, so
I'm
the
doing
DC
fancy arms. Hold
the
on.
DC for what I wanted to tell you was a 20.
Ooh,
So
fuck.
yeah. So Yari, as they're kind of sitting here talking about it, and understanding a little bit more about the Empire, you put it together. It's no wonder there's no guild there. They don't want any information out of the Empire. They don't want information to be easily accessible in case anything ever happens.
Yeah, guild members would disseminate information
And-
out from inside the Empire to other places.
I will say, on a nat 20, you probably realize that from what you've seen, you think that of any country, of any continent, the Empire probably has the power to rival a kingdom aided by the guild. Their war powers are probably equal to the guild bearing its full might and the kingdom of Anralot backing it up.
That's intense. That's intense.
That's hefty.
Yari relates this, and somewhere in the back of her mind, she thinks about what she's carrying and how that guy was there, and there was a heated conversation. That guy left, and then the temple was besieged, and then she escaped with what she has, and then the guild knew and assisted her escape.
Oh, that guy.
And then she wonders to herself if the reason that they stopped their invasion 25 years ago is silently slung in her backpack.
What does it mean?
Well, I guess we'll find out what it means when they have their speech tomorrow.
Well, let's take these letters to the guild, see if they mean anything to anyone there. See if we can talk to the guild master. Even I think that start from the top if we can get there.
Also, I just got to put it out there. Should we do something like send Kevin to look for Gerda or something, or are we just
That's
cool?
probably a good idea.
I mean,
It's
would you
Gerda.
be Gerda? Our
Oh,
our
yeah,
star
oh
brand.
no, you're right. Okay, now I remember.
Should we leave crumpled bits of book around? Maybe we can leave a trail.
Yeah, did
Wait,
anybody ever like... Okay, go ahead.
Were they trying to toss this place for the room, or for the key,
Or for
Or-
the letters.
or for the letters?
Well, they didn't come down here. This place isn't tossed. We don't know if they were looking for this room. We don't know if they found something upstairs that satisfied them, or we don't know if they left unsatisfied.
And where's this ass hat?
Yeah, I don't know where the... How did you pronounce his
What-
name? Byron?
What is an ass hat?
It's just a way to say jerk. This guy that we're
Sorry,
looking for.
not a hat you put on your butt.
No, it's not.
Unfortunately.
Okay. I don't know how you would wear a hat on your butt.
Well, you would, I assume, put your head on the ground.
Anyways,
Anyway, I'm gonna start heading back upstairs.
Yeah. Did Yari and Argyle ever inspect this tube? Because I know that was a thing that was put in the chat.
We pointed at it,
We pointed at
Okay.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
and
then
I said, I don't know what this is because it's magic shit.
fair enough. Yeah. So are you guys headed up?
Can I take like, as everyone's kind of falling out, can I take like a final glance at it? Does it look like it's grooving and schmooving?
It looks like there is like a layer of mist or fog or some type of residue on the inside that makes it where you cannot see exactly what it is. You see a shape like a shadow at the bottom of the tank, and it is unmoving.
Okay, I'm just gonna follow everyone out.
Yeah.
Maybe we should close the door behind us.
That's probably a good idea.
As you guys head up and you kind of touch the door, and your detect magic fades at this point, Rosati. Shut the door, and it disappears into the wall once again. You are back within this devastated room that doesn't appear to hide the secret that you now know it does.
So we got what we came for?
We got information. That's always a good thing.
Maybe we get out of here in case somebody's watching this place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will
Is there a
poke my
back
head out
way
the
out of
front
here?
door and make a perception check to see if anybody is watching.
Yeah, I guidance that too.
Yeah, and I'd
Okay,
love to
guidance,
help if I
D4.
can.
Okay. 15
Should we
plus
just we could light it on fire?
No.
16 plus 5 is 21.
21
Nice.
is good. 21 is good.
I don't like how you repeated that twice.
It's usually it's a great sign. Don't worry.
Oh yeah.
21 is
Nothing-
good. 21
nothing-
is good.
So as
worry
you
about
Can't be bad if you
as
repeat it.
as you peer outside, you're kind of looking around. We're getting past midday as the sun or the veil light is kind of like fading out. The veil is closing here, and you stick your head out. You look to the right, down towards the wharf, and you see a bright flickering orange and red light in the distance. Something's on fucking fire down there. That's concerning. You see people like running to and fro. There appear to be like some of the knights of the kingdom wearing that same like white and blue that you saw on the individual that got teleported away in your last encounter. You see some of the
Wait.
knights heading down.
Way
The
back.
wizard that we met
Yeah.
like
When
ages
the
ago?
guy that was with us and the other guy fought, and they
Yeah,
It's like on the road?
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah.
These guys are dressed like that night was.
You see them heading down. You're kind of like looking around. You see some other people like walking away about their business. Nothing else terribly exciting.
Do I know that part of town that's on fire?
It's just down towards the wharf. There's some like small fishing vessels and like smaller houses down there, but nothing of like import. You. What do you mean?
He's laughing because you import
soon.
things at a wharf.
too soon.
Well, no, I'm laughing because the people who probably own those buildings disagree.
Nothing of import to Yari.
See, I
Yari
really thought it
does
was a
not
joke about
care
importing.
about the fishmonger and his poor life.
That's
Wow.
my favorite
Wow.
song by the Decemberists.
The fishmonger and his poor life.
Boy, that seems accurate.
True.
It sounds very
as you're-
accurate.
As you're kind of like glancing around, it could be the paranoia from what you've kind of been hearing about, and like all of this talk of war. You look across, and in an alleyway coated in shadow, you swear you see something move. That's it. There's-
How far away?
Maybe 30 feet.
Just a second.
Cast your dancing lights in that.
Yeah, I was gonna say my dancing light has a range of 120 feet. I just poof them out right above that spot in the alley.
Yeah, you throw it out to the spot in the alley, and you light it up, and you see the cobblestone and the dirt, and nothing. And then you push it a little bit farther down.
So
the
many
alleyway
cum stains.
just to see if it's there. He hasn't been to
Back
the
alley
academy
cum
yet.
stains.
No,
Wow.
I don't know that. I don't know that frequency.
You send it a little bit farther down the alleyway, and there's still nothing.
This whole
And
town is disgusting.
on a God damn it, on a 21, was it?
Mhm.
It's hard to shake that sense of paranoia, but you don't see anything.
Why did you do that, Tilvius?
I thought I might have seen something in there.
Okay.
I still think I might have seen something in there.
Against Ice Knife.
Against
you?
what?
No.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's get back to the guild, and then maybe if it's not too late.
Serious, if you don't mind sending Kevin around to look for Gerda real quick.
Kevin, if you don't mind, we don't know what happened. Thank you, Kevin.
You watch as Kevin kind of looks at you, and he gives you like this inquisitive twinkle as to if you want him to just fuck off. Like just go.
No, I
find
don't
her
want you just to
until-
fuck off. I want. God damn it, Kevin. Clearly, I want you to find Gerda. Don't fuck off. I'm not giving you the day off.
Twinkle, 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 twinkle. As you watch as he flies off, and he stops as he gets towards the middle of the road, and he looks left, and he looks right, and then he stares at the fire, and then he flies off towards the fire.
That's potentially
Oh.
concerning, but I'll worry about it.
You told him to go find Gerda. He flew towards the most fucked up thing he could find. And
He ain't wrong.
one day there will be a Patreon, and there you can find the story of Gerda and Kevin in the fire at the fishmonger.
Gerda and Kevin in the fired circle.
It's my second favorite song of the December.
Gerda and Kevin in the fire at the fishmonger.
Yes, one day. So, where are you all headed back to?
Guild.
The
Oh, the
guild.
guild.
Yeah, the guild
Okay.
for sure.
You guys come into the guild hall here, and you see it's mostly like quieter tonight. The like square counter that sits in the middle, surrounding that large hourglass, has mostly filed out. There's not every line is chock full. You see some of the ladies that are manning the desk and some of the guys that are manning the desk starting to head off for the night. It seems like they're reducing the number here. There's still plenty of adventurers sitting inside of the guild hall. Holy fuck, it's Joff.
Joff. Everyone, look at Joff.
It's a Joff. There's still plenty of people in
I
the
push
guild
button.
hall. And there appears to be this small group up on stage consisting of like a gnome and this half-elf lady with a nice braided hair playing a lute. The gnome kind of hitting some drums as they're kind of like playing this fast beat pace of a song for people here. Food and drink is still coming out and going in. Yeah, as you come into the guild hall. As you kind of look around, you don't see Chrome anywhere.
Oh, that's right. That was his name.
Chrome?
Chrome.
Chrome was the guild master that we met who gave us our earnings after interrogating us briefly.
Have you
Okay.
walked into a fucking truth room?
Truth spell. Yeah.
I don't much remember him, but I do kind of. His name is Chrome? That's a fucking sick name.
Yeah, his name is Chrome. He made a
Sick
joke.
beats,
He made
bro.
a joke about time ticking or time.
Yes.
Yeah.
He made kind of a weird mixed metaphor, but it worked.
Okay. Who do we talk to?
Well, let's ask at the front desk.
You guys.
Yeah, I don't think she likes me, so maybe somebody else talk to her.
There are multiple people, unless you were going up to the same lady intentionally.
Absolutely.
I feel like
yeah.
we should at this point.
Same person.
You guys start
Every time.
heading over, and as you come over, you watch as the lady's kind of down. She's busying herself with a book. She sticks something underneath the countertop, and then she looks up, and her face just stretches into that painted smile once
Right.
again. And how can I help you?
Is Chrome available by any chance?
What business do you have with the guildmaster?
We've uncovered some strange evidence about a job that two of our party members recently took, and we'd like to present it to him.
the nature of this strangeness?
Not your business.
It's guild business.
You see as she raises an eyebrow.
It's above your pay grade.
I'd
I said
really
I
like to
wouldn't
discuss
talk.
it with him. It's seems very criminal in nature.
Criminal regarding like the city at large being in immediate
It's
peril?
important to the guild.
Yes.
If you do not,
Serious? Why?
You
I'm good at intimidation.
you watch as honestly roll intimidation. Go for it, dude.
Diblius, out of all the times I'm going to agree with Sirius, I think this is the one time.
That's a 23.
23. You watch as she kind of looks at Cirrus and there's this and she looks back at the hourglass. And she looks back at you and she goes, this is probably enough time. I'll fetch him if you would be so kind as to head to the room A over there.
Is that
Is
a
that the
truth
truth
room?
room?
Yes.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
And you can choose to roll for the save or not.
They just walk in. I won't
Yeah,
try to
I'm
save.
not gonna bother.
Okay. About 5 minutes goes by as you're all kind of just sitting in this room. Do you guys want to talk about anything for these 5 minutes as you're in a truth room?
I think these peanuts are expired.
Yari. Yari,
Yeah.
do you actually like my tea?
Yes, I do. Except the first time you gave me tea, it was terrible. But you don't need it as a truth serum or a truth spell
I
to
did fuck
let me
that
tell
up,
you
didn't
that.
I?
It was really
did
bad.
fuck that
Yeah,
up.
but I told you then too. I said I didn't like it. But the other tea you've given me is quite nice. I think your coffee's a little weak.
I could use some pointers sometime with
I
that.
think everyone's coffee has been really weak since I've left the inn.
Specifically to you, but there have been good tasting notes.
Yeah.
We'll work on it. We'll work on it.
Yari, did you were you taken aback by my frog-like features or meeting a grunk for the first time?
No.
No,
Okay,
you're
thank God.
badass.
Aw,
Well, she's blind, so it's like no.
I'm not blind.
No.
It is
I'm not.
It is an
Blind.
interesting thing as you ask if Yari felt uncomfortable. You haven't given this much consideration, but there is a part of you as you're looking at Yari and you ask if Yari is uncomfortable with you. You realize a part of you is uncomfortable with Yari. It's a strange feeling, and you
She does that.
don't understand why, but it's this disconcerting feeling as you stare at Yari. It's odd.
Yari, why do you make me feel a certain way?
Creepy.
I don't know.
Are you sure?
I am sure that I don't know. Are you feeling creeped out?
I look at you and it makes me feel so, how you say,
Creeped out.
yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
Tilvius is all disappointed. He goes, I was hoping Argyle was going to say he had a crush on you, Yari. He was feeling some sort of way about you. You know,
Some
that's what
sort of
Argyle-
way.
you know.
I don't.
You have a crush on Yari.
I don't think.
Argyle, do you have a crush on Yari?
I
Do
do
you have a
not.
crush on Yari?
I
You
think
can't lie
Yari is
in this
very
room.
pretty. Mm-hmm.
Thank
Muy
you.
bonita.
Thank you very
It
much.
is at this point from
No, I want to ask before.
Oh, go for it.
Yeah.
Yari,
Yes.
why does Kevin not like you?
I think Kevin doesn't like me for the same reason that Argyle is uncomfortable with me. And the same reason why I was very surprised that none of you had felt uncomfortable around me.
Is it your shadow monster thing?
I don't know. But even prior to the shadow monster thing,
What is it? What is
all
the
my
thing?
time growing up, I don't know what the thing is.
Yeah, we went over that.
But me
Okay.
being
Watches you in the
me
night.
making
But we weren't
people
in a truth
uncomfortable-
room before.
That's fair. I don't know what the shadow thing is, and the creeping people out has been day one. Like apparently, according to the abbot, even when I was a baby, they were.
You do hear from the doorway as you all are having this conversation. For what it's worth, I think you have pretty eyes.
Who
Thank
the
you.
fuck said that?
As you all turn around, you do see Chrome standing in the doorway there. And what can I do at the request of a guildmaster? I dare say I'm not particularly useful.
Tell this.
I'll take the letters from Usadi if he'll give them. Mr.
course.
Chrome, we were trying to investigate the origin of that strange dog that we found at Vadir's house. And it led us to the home of a researcher, I want to say, named Viral. And we discovered that his house had been ransacked and he was nowhere to be found.
You watch as he kind of closes his eyes and looks off in the distance, and then opens them and looks at you and goes, odd. And what do the letters say?
I'll just let him read them.
Okay.
What do the letters say for those of us who would like a recap?
The one from Vadir is requesting an army of Chimera, basically.
Of Chimera dogs.
And the one from the Count
trying to
is
hire him for it.
Yeah, trying to hire him to make an army of. And then the one from the Count is asking about the viability of heart transplant, if that would work.
So Vadir is the Duke?
No,
Oh,
Vadir's,
the one from the
Count.
Duke is about the
A
heart
heart.
transplant. Sorry,
Count or
Vadir's-
Duke?
Vadir is
the
the Count. The Duke, I don't know the Duke's name.
Okay. So the Count is asking about the heart transplant. Who's
The Count-
Vadir?
no,
Vadir is the
the
Count.
Duke-
Sorry.
the Duke is asking about the heart transplant. We don't know the Duke's name. Vadir is Dog Dude, who wants army of dogs.
Yeah,
And he is the Count.
He is the count.
he is a Count. Yes.
You can count him among the counts.
Yari probably does know the Duke's name. Reese.
Reese.
Duke Reese.
Kyle Reese.
Come
Don't
with
know
me
the
if you
full
want to
name.
live.
Only the last name.
Is he an Owlin?
He is not.
Oh man.
I forgot that your character.
So it's like
named
the
that.
Duke and the Count are like to both
They're
be
not-
sketchy.
They're both connected to this guy, but they're
Yeah.
not necessarily.
We don't know if
asking
they're
for the
connected to
same
each
things.
other.
Yeah, okay.
Yari pipes up really quick and says, Argyle and I were both on the caravan that was, put up as a guild job where almost everybody was killed. And it was for Vadir, and it was carrying giant two-headed dogs. This all kind of connects poorly.
It makes too much sense.
And you were at the Count's estate. What did you find there?
Three-headed dog.
A three-headed dog.
Other than the three-headed dog, we found that we were asked to leave incredibly quickly.
Yes.
Even
rude.
so quickly as to not get any signatures for the work we had done.
How long have you all been in the guild?
We're all pretty new.
Yeah. Why does that matter?
How long did it take here to get here? It's probably like 2 weeks, 3 weeks total.
Yeah. 2 to
being
3
a
weeks.
guild. Yeah, we've been.
How long have you spent in the Feywild?
Oh, have you been? It's been quite some time. I
Just saying, if we're
believe
comparing.
I spent
Thanks.
some 7 years in the summer court.
Boy.
Oh, that's a long time.
It
Yeah,
was much more on our side, but so if
I
you
don't know.
all are
Maybe
relatively
we could get lunch sometimes. And
I would love
have
to eat
questions.
lunch with you. You seem like a character.
out of character. How long would a
What race
Argyle-
is he?
He's an elf.
Okay.
How long would Argyle have been? I don't think we actually determined that long.
Probably, like, I would say between like 6 months to a year and a half. I think
Okay.
that's probably the longest that you could be.
Okay.
Oh wait, we're in Zone of Truth land.
Yes.
Yeah.
Were you in Feywild too, Argyle?
No, he was in the guild that long.
He was in the guild.
Oh, okay.
So Yari says a couple of years, about 4 years.
I was gonna say about a year for
Hell.
Argyle.
He'll kind of look at you, Yari, and Kaka said, have we met?
I'm gonna roll.
You do
a
not
luck-
have to tell a truth. You just can't tell a lie.
I'm gonna roll a luck check to see if I've actually met the guildmaster or not before.
Oh,
You
yeah.
want to call it? You want to call it evens or odds?
I'll tell you what. I'll roll the luck check. You call it.
Okay. Evens. I've met him.
That's a 13.
Okay. Yari goes. We've never had the pleasure,
Except for earlier today.
except for earlier today. That's true.
A shame. A shame. Then I imagine none of you have ever received a guildmaster's request. I would love for you to find out what it is that Vadir is doing. Mostly for Saris. Unfortunately, as he kind of looks out and kind of leans back and looks back at the hourglass there, I lack time. Else I would go myself.
The fuck?
I can talk to you all tomorrow morning after my flight. You are not beholden to this. You're not required to take it.
Is this a big thing if a guildmaster asks?
Not particularly. Guildmasters come up with jobs all the time. There are very important ones and minor ones.
Can we
You
ascertain
don't know how
as to,
important Chrome is,
Yeah.
but
like, what are we talking on the and please forgive me for being slightly forward, the pay on something like this, like, what would that do for us?
he takes a look at all of you. Is this your whole party?
No, there's one person who's out and about.
So
And a familiar.
6 of you.
Oh, yeah.
Let's say
Oh, yeah.
let's say 3,000 gold.
Will this be tracked on the record too?
All guild jobs are.
Just making sure.
Even if we refuse to sign.
You are not required refuse to sign.
He's new.
He doesn't like signing things. He's
I don't.
things.
Did
I
you-
don't sign things.
Did you not sign the application for the guild? Are you not a guild member?
Did I?
I don't think
I
you
don't
did
recall.
sign it.
No, I don't think you
That was
did.
like a whole thing as you were
I
like,
don't
I'm never going to
remember.
sign it.
I'll be right back.
I was a few
Oh, no.
episodes ago.
It's that you were never going to sign that you did any jobs. That's what it was.
Oh, that's right. You were never gonna. You signed the
I
guild.
don't. I
membership.
don't recall you asking me to sign something for the guild
Yeah,
membership,
yeah,
but
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was a magical contract. That's
Yeah, it was.
that was a verbal contract. I think.
He once again leans back and looks back at the sand. The time ticks as it does. I am out of time. You may take this or not. I wish you the
We'll
best.
take it.
As he walks back out and proceeds to start walking out of the building. And as you all are kind of like looking back as he's walking away, you watch as about half of the guild hall gets up to follow him outside.
That's odd, right? That's
Yeah.
odd.
You
see-
also notice the sand is almost empty, like it's about to hit the bottom. Or all of the sand is
Okay,
about to
and
drain
the
from
sand.
hourglass.
There's a giant hourglass in here.
The
I know. I
time of the
remember.
hourglass.
Well, we had kind of figured that out, didn't we? Like that's like every day it resets.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it's like the end of the
It
day.
seemed like it.
Ish.
So like it's almost midnight.
Almost. Getting there.
Okay.
It's probably, if I had to give you a time, like if you were to look outside, it's somewhere between like 10 and 11:30.
So are we aware of something significant happening?
You have no idea what the hourglass is for.
Yeah.
Is
Yari
he-
says,
Well, at this point, I think it's a daily like thing that just resets
knows?
every day.
He said he would be late for his flight.
Is he tied
Odd.
to the plane of law and he's going back?
That's quite a leap, I think.
Yari,
I mean,
Before
It
Cronin,
could be
anybody-
true.
before anybody asks, because Yari has been there before and they're still in the zone of truth room, Yari goes, I don't know what's happening. I only ever got jobs here and left.
All right, I want to go see what's happening real quick.
I don't like vanilla.
But as right before we're
That's very
leaving the room, I'm gonna pat Yari on the shoulder and say, "I'm sorry, Argyle didn't have a crush on you. I kind of do, but I'm sorry he didn't." And then I'll walk out.
I don't know what to do with that.
So
Tilvius walks out and I say, Tilvius is sexy.
you all walk out, and as you're
Risati is maximally confused.
fucking beautiful. As you're kind of looking around the room, you notice that it is way emptier. Most people have followed Chrome outside, it seems, for some reason. Those that haven't are wearing a couple of expressions. You see people looking confused as fuck as to why everybody just left. You see some people looking at it like, ugh, again. And other people just kind of nonchalantly carrying on with their drinking. The servers and the people at the desk all look as if everything is normal.
Saris, I think you're right. I think this is something that happens on the daily.
I'm just gonna follow everyone who went out.
Okay, but I thought it was just like a clock. I didn't think this was like a weird ritual.
Can I clock if they're clock? If the people are going to watch like we are, or if they are literally going with this person?
You know?
Ooh.
I mean, you could roll insight.
Well, I'll try that. Hmm, 14.
None of them appear to be going like with him. A lot of them, like some of the people that are still like trickling out, are wearing like curious expressions or like excitement.
Oh, okay. I think these are looky-loos like we are. Let's just go with them.
I want a looky.
Me too.
Okay. Those of you that head outside,
Risati throws a nice knife.
Into the
Chrome.
middle of the crowd.
it is this odd crowd of adventurers and people just carrying weapons. There's a guy in like hides with his battle axe on his back. You see mages, you see clerics. It's such an odd gathering of people just kind of lining the side of the street. And this is like the main street of Saris here. So there's a lot of room. And you watch as Chrome in his white gown strides out to the middle of the street, looks back at everybody and just shakes his head as his form changes. And if you look behind you, you would see the last grain of sand fall as his form morphs, and you watch horns sprout from his head. His color and sheen change from this like darker complexion to pure bronze as his face grows and elongates, and out from his back you hear a cracking and snapping as wings sprout, and he becomes a bronze dragon.
Okay.
With a flap and a crash, he takes off into the sky.
I've been to
I've
this
never
town.
seen that before.
I've been to this town so many times, and I never knew that this happened.
None of the guards around seem to react. There's no alarm sirens.
Guys, I'm really liking the idea that we do a job for a dragon.
I really like that idea.
I
a lot.
think that's pretty badass.
Uh-huh.
I like dragons.
I mean, just
Good
contextually.
ambient.
Just contextually. He asked us
His
to do it
name
because
is
he had
Chrome.
something to do. and he would have done it himself instead
If he didn't have to fly somewhere, right?
if he didn't have to go somewhere right now. That, yeah,
That's a pretty good pat on the back, if you ask me. Is that right, Yari? I mean, that's the way I feel.
I don't know. I just think it's cool.
I've never seen a dragon before.
I
Happy-
have also never seen a dragon before, but I have seen a pile of oil and teeth.
You get the vibe as you're kind of seeing people. That's not a wrong sentiment. Dragons are a majestic thing, and a lot are hunted by adventurers. These people are very excited to see one as they're kind of like heading back in. Some of them are still kind of like starry-eyed at seeing one in person and not being dead.
I mean, that's usually a thing. Not too many people who have seen a dragon live to talk about it.
Here's Amador question: would we know the difference between metallic and chromatic? Is that like
Yeah.
known? Okay. Okay. That's fucking rad.
So what happens with all the people? They just standing there? Do any of them have any kind of insignias, or do they look like tranced or anything? Or is it just a pure shock and awe kind of thing?
No, they just seemed like they were viewing a parade almost.
You know, the end of Pokemon 2000 when Dragonite flies off. This is exactly that.
Pretty much. You may have opinions, and you may wonder how Saris deals with the fact that they have a dragon just chilling. I imagine there are also questions as to how the sand plays into it, and as you are kind of talking about all this, you hear the like creaking and moaning as the sand and wheels or the hourglass spins upside down and resets.
Let's back in.
I wonder if that's how long they spend in each form. That'd be
It's a
interesting.
Lady Hawk thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Great movie. Terrible soundtrack. Highly recommended. It's fan-freaking-tastic.
Fascinating accents.
Yes. Definitely not French.
Yari, what do you think our first move should be?
Well, I mean,
Should we involve anyone else in this? Should we tell the guards or police or whatever this town has that we have evidence that a count is trying to grow an army, basically?
well, my first thought was that. And then you suggested telling the guild. And then after what we just saw, and after we got the job, my gut instinct is that if it was safe to tell the guards, then Chrome would have been like, great, go tell the guards. But instead, we got a job, which makes me think that maybe
Some
Fadir
sort of
has way
corruption.
more power in
Yeah.
the city. Because I don't know the guy. And it just makes me think maybe it's up to us to do some snooping.
If he's a count, you spent a lot of time in Saris, so I won't make you roll for it. If he's a count, either he holds a place on the council or at one of the councils, or he has family that does. And
So I mean,
has-
at the very least, he's got money somewhere, and probably not the eyes of, some sort of town magistrate on him. We'd probably be put in stocks before he would.
Rusada, you and Gerda kind of tromped all over that mansion. Can you remember back and think, was there any place that he could have been stashing an army? Or these?
DM, would I remember anything of that nature?
That's going to be tough. You were chasing Gerda from destroying many, many things.
roll me. You can take your choice between insight and investigation at disadvantage.
I can't stop yawning.
Investigation.
Yeah, go for it.
Also, don't forget, Yari, we propped that window open too.
True, you did
I
prop
remember.
the window open.
I remember. I might even be able to get up there.
15 total.
At disadvantage. Okay.
Yeah,
On
we've
a
been rolling
fif-
really good for
Oh
disadvantage.
my god, yeah.
Yeah.
Considering you've been rolling like shit all night. Yeah, on a 15, you're kind of thinking about it and you're considering you may be cased as you were running around 80% of that like first floor, that like middle floor that you were on. You didn't see any of the upstairs where you guys had seen Vidir at the end of the day. So, I mean, that's kind of a stretch. But as you're thinking about it, it's conceivable that there is a basement there. It's kind of built on a little bit of a hill. It's conceivable that there could be something underneath.
Yeah, it's possible. I don't know any more than that, but it's possible. That scares the shit out of me. So
Well, we have two options. We could rest up and go in the morning, or Crumb did say he would talk to us in the morning.
Yeah.
We could go now. I wouldn't mind going now.
You should go now.
you want us to go now? We should go now.
We should go now. I only don't have my silvery barbs. I still have lots of.
I just had the weirdest sneaking suspicion that Gerda is already there.
Her and Kevin somehow found their way there.
Oddly enough, Gerda has helped a lot.
Fucking split cut to Gerda and Kevin, right? From this, you see Gerda running through the streets with Kevin chasing after her.
That's neat. Neat.
Maybe I'm
I
wrong.
can
I
picture
don't
that.
know.
Is
I
Kevin
gotta
wearing
talk to her
assless
about
chaps?
not wandering off.
I hope he is.
You can't tell what Kevin's wearing. Risque.
Yeah.
Fair. That's fair.
Ooh.
All right, what are we doing, team?
Breaking and entering.
Shall we have at them?
We're going to go find
I-
the things.
Okay. You guys make your way back through the city. This is the first time I think you've all been out on Saris at night. It is more lively than you would expect on the streets. There are plenty of people bar hopping across town from the upper districts to the lower districts. There are plenty of people having a good time at the different establishments within town. There are like plenty of fun activities for people to partake in Saris. The lights kind of shock you as you're looking around, and the lights just are a feast for the eyes. As you look out towards the ocean, you see ships lighting up and coming and going. Port life never stops. So you make your way over to the mansion of Vidir. You come to that self-same gate that you entered before, and as you look through, you can see hints of lanterns, lights kind of spraying off as people are walking the grounds.
Like patrolling or like out for a walk?
It seems like they're within the gate. If you had to guess, you would say patrolling.
You said this estate's kind of on the top of a hill.
A little bit, yeah. There's a little bit of an incline here, and the gates are kind of like around this hilly area. There are trees and like shrubs and stuff within, and as you kind of are looking, you see the guards kind of like making routes along the cobblestone paths within, around like the shrubs and the trees and whatnot.
Should we walk the perimeter, see if there's an advantageous place to skulldugger?
To entree.
Sure.
Why don't you roll me something for that, Sylvius? What do you want to roll?
I'm gonna roll perception to see if I can see any.
Hell yeah.
That would be 14.
14. You guys
Um,
take some time. What's up?
I was just going to try to add history to that to see if I can remember anything about the grounds or the place or anything that might be useful to our situation.
You can roll history. I don't think it'll have to do with the construction in Port Saris. I think it'll be
Okay.
something different. Tilvius, as you are kind of like casing the perimeter and you're dragging people with you, it doesn't look like there's anywhere that's particularly amazing. Like the guards seem to be doing a good job of like patrolling around, right? There is a point where you kind of stop on the side and you're looking in, and there's like a line of trees here, and you think, maybe if I use the trees to my advantage, some of them are fat enough to hide a centaur behind.
Oh, good target.
I could feasibly stealth my way in. It would definitely require me to hide from the guards, like their patrol circles too fast for you to get inside before one would see you. But it's feasible from here using the trees as cover.
How
What's
tall
the-
is the fence? I'm
Yeah, I was
sorry.
gonna ask about the fence.
It's maybe 12 feet high.
You 12 feet high, you say?
Yeah,
That could be a
It's a
problem too.
tall fence.
it's a
No,
tall fence.
I can clear
Oh yeah, Argyle can jump.
I can long jump up to 25 feet, and my high jump is up to 15 feet with or without a running start.
Holy hell.
So you could just jump straight over this wall.
Ruzati, what is your interest in social engineering? Like, you're not social engineering, but like the engineering of like cities and
Phishing scams mostly.
whatnot. How many books do you think Ruzati has read regarding that?
The industrial complex.
I would say based on who he grew up with, what he's being taught, what his daily life was, I would say it wouldn't be a huge amount of information, but I would say in his studies, he probably has run across some information, some
Okay.
things.
On a 24, there's a couple of things that you realize kind of looking at this estate. You're like, somebody this well off probably has plates for necessities. Having plates necessitates that they have somebody come in to recharge them. And as you're kind of like sitting here looking at it, you go, it's probably pretty often that they come in, and your knowledge of the people that will come and like redo plates and whatnot is that they come whenever the fuck they want.
So they would need easy access
Yeah.
in and out. So probably not too far inside from the gate. Like either near the exterior of the home or somewhere like that.
Look, if we're going to try and bullshit our way in, I'm not going to be able to talk to that. I'm not going to be able to do that. I mean, maybe on a lucky day I could do that.
I'm good
But,
at bullshit.
well, we could put Tilvius and Cirrus
I'm not
in the
the-
front.
I'm more an earnest type of guy. I'm not much for bullshitting.
But yeah, I don't. Yari looks at like all the weapons that she is obviously, brandishing with
Yes, I'm
easy access, and it's like I don't look like someone that's here to put magic back in something.
no, neither do I.
But I can probably get through or over that fence.
As you guys are kind of discussing this, you do notice like a slight commotion on the street behind you, and as you're watching, it appears to be like some scuffle or some kind between two taller like male individuals. As one of the Knights of Anderlot come up and kind of like break it up and lead them off and kind of like walk them away towards some of the guards of the city.
mean, we could cause a distraction like that, but then not everyone of us is getting in.
Right. Muted.
And we want all of our tools if we can have them.
But that does mean that the guards are really close, and not just the guards. The Knights of Unrealed are here.
Yeah, that was surprising.
All over the city. You've seen a lot of them.
What is the fence a solid wall, or is it like
It's like grating.
how
Poles here and there.
how close together?
I would say there's maybe like 2, maybe 3 inches at most between
Oh,
each bar.
okay, real small. Okay.
How do they, like, if I walk up and, like, can I find a spot where I can get to the fence without attracting a guard?
Yeah.
Are
Why don't you
they
roll stealth for
solid?
me?
Are they solid, or do they ping like they're hollow? Ping.
Oh, that's interesting. They would ping as if hollow.
Stealth is an 18 plus a 0, so 18.
Yeah, you watch as you kind of come up and you like ping the this fencing, and as somebody kind of like turns towards you with the light, you kind of slink back as the light casts over this part of the fence, and then it disappears, and he continues his walk.
I mean, how many of us can just get to the other side of the fence?
Argyle,
Probably
and
me.
Yari, and Rusati. I'm gonna have the hardest time.
I can't.
I've
can't
got-
help you over.
I've got an idea, but it could potentially need a distraction momentarily on the street somewhere.
I mean, I could go play a song or something.
Well, enough to cover just a small ping. So here's my thing, right? This metal fence, it's not solid. It's not solid. So it's not super thick all the way around, right?
That
Okay.
means the bars are
What
hollow?
if, yeah. So what if I find a little spot where I can kind of hide myself for a little bit, and I freeze them and then break a hole in them, and then
You'd
we
have
get
to-
him through.
You'd have to break enough bars at once for you and I to fit through.
Yes.
Is there a gate?
Yeah, there's
There is a
front
gate, yeah, at the front.
But it's well manned.
Yeah,
I
it
see.
appears like there's always at least 2 people within view of the gate.
I'm telling you, I can freeze the bars, and we can bust in here and not have to go through the gate.
I'd almost rather try climbing. That seems.
There's no like barbed
Hey.
wire or anything at the top. There appears to be like a point
It is
at the tip
just
of
a
each of them.
suggestion.
But
We
That's-
don't have to do this. It was just something I was thinking about.
I mean, I don't want to poo-poo your idea, but that seems overly complicated.
What if we find a place that has the least amount of eyes on it? I assume
here,
Yeah.
I assume somebody has rope, right? One or
No.
2 of you guys have rope.
Yeah, I have rope.
I don't have any, but somebody's got to. Argyle and I get across, and we anchor
Oh, I
people.
actually have silk rope.
We anchor people somehow so you guys can get the rope over. Like we can hold the rope and just be weight, and you guys can climb over.
I weigh like 400 pounds.
Well, maybe there's a tree that we can tie the rope to just
But yeah,
to aid. Because
that'd be
yeah,
good.
we're pretty small. Me and Argyle, we're not that
Did
big.
anybody cast Reduce yet?
no, that's the 3rd level spell, isn't it?
Damn it.
Or is it? I can't remember.
Can anybody levitate? If somebody can levitate, we can just if we can levitate up, we can just kind of push you over.
Obviously don't have it prepared, but let me see. That spell.
And Large Reduce is only a level 2 spell. Someone should be able to
I should
learn it. Cirrus, you got anything helpful for this situation?
I mean, I've got spider climb.
Oh, the spider climb. I could just
Oh,
spider
yeah.
climb right over this
the
wall.
fucking spider
yeah, I
climb.
can cast that, but I don't have it prepared right now.
I do. But it's can only make a. Well, I can only do one person.
Oh.
Well, if you cast it on Tilvius, you can ride Tilvius.
Yeah, that's how we
I
did
mean-
last time.
Okay. A couple things. I didn't know I was muted, but first, I can make tiny magical objects to make sounds, so I can use a sound distraction. Or B, I can give hopefully one person definitely flight, and another person hopefully flight. And I have to do it by random. So I would expend one spell slot to give flight, and then another one would be a random roll of the dice. Hopefully.
How random? Like 1 in 20 or 1 in
One in 6. And narrowed it down quite small. But I would know
All
the
right.
difference.
Here's numbers. Yari and Argyle can get over this wall pretty easily.
Done and done.
Cirrus can cast spider climb on me and ride me over. Rusati can fly over.
Yeah.
That's everybody.
Sure. Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Yari looks over at Argyle and says, "Don't freak out." And the shadow appears on the other side of the fence, and they switch places. Yari and the shadow go.
Yeah, I love that ability.
That's so
You
cool.
all,
Yeah.
you all watch
We-
as
we
this-
haven't- Question.
Yeah.
We haven't like rested since our last
Correct.
adventure.
We took a short rest.
took a short rest.
Yeah.
So my
You
spider
can
you
use
don't
climb.
spell size.
because you're a.
I can
fancy-
cast, but like I have not. I have one more spell slot.
I don't
You're a
mind-
warlock, it's fine.
I was gonna say I don't mind expending one of my 3 spell slots to get someone over. And either way, if you fly, you could ride 2 people.
Yeah.
You guys watch as Yari creates this being in the shadows and swaps places with it. This is the first time you've been terribly close to it. It's next to you,
Yeah, teleported right
Yes.
next to us.
noticeably colder. You feel the temperature and everything start to freeze around you, almost as if frost is encrusting everything. I think the only person that feels at home is Cirrus in the cold. As you're kind of looking at this creature, it's much taller than Red. Red's pretty short. This thing is somewhere between 6 and 7 feet tall. This is significantly taller than Red, and that's all you notice as the shadow starts to fade.
Do you guys want a rope, or are you gonna magic over? Okay.
Okay. I can expend a spell slot and do that.
Up goes Rosati. He flies over.
This is so
Tilvius,
fucking cool.
Tilvius takes his spider climb, carefully placing his hooves up
So weird. I love it.
up the thing. It is an
Spider climb.
odd picture
Spider
to
climb.
watch a centaur climb up a fence, but it does happen with Cirrus on his back, and you all appear on the other side. As you are now on the other side, time is of the essence. You see somebody starting to turn a corner. You see the hint of light coming towards you. If you are rushing inside, I will ask whether you are rushing or moving stealthily.
Stealth.
I'm gonna stealth.
Roll me a group stealth check.
Can I guidance this stealth check?
One person.
Yeah, one person.
I got a dirty 20.
Still,
Uh,
not good at that.
I got a 21.
I
God.
don't even see that.
41 from 2 rolls.
Natural 20, bitch.
No
I got a
way.
6.
Okay.
I
I got
will
a 6.
stealth.
Okay.
I'd like to think that Yari and Tilvius, Yari just gets low. Tilvius is like, I know exactly what to do because I'm kind of I'm part rogue, so I'm dashing between the shadows, and then Risati just totally trips and beefs it right as the guy looks. around the corner. He's like, and then he's like
Well,
on his belly crawling.
We're gonna get to the description here in just a second.
I'm
What
gonna guidance myself and stealth.
Yeah.
Okay. I got 10.
10?
Yeah.
Okay. You all are kind of like moving forward, and there's this moment where the light gets bright and you can see the tip of the lantern, and that's the cue, right? Everybody's like, oh fuck, he's turning the corner of the estate. Tilvius, you took some time before you came out here to notice where you could sit because you are large. You move to that spot, kind of hiding in the shadow of a tree. Argyle, you take a moment as you kind of like look around very quickly and hide behind another tree, kind of like moving along with this guard as he comes through. You're very used to this. It comes super quickly that you just kind of stick to the shadows. Rosati, you have a moment where you go, I don't do the sneaky thing very often. This is not a me thing. And you're watching the guard and you're looking at everybody else hiding, and you just kind of, if I don't see him, he won't see me. And you just stand stock still, perfectly hidden in like the foliage of the bush and behind a tree, and the shadows are cast over you, and you cease to exist for those not looking as you just stand stock still. Saris, you are kind of looking around and you are not paying super attention. You're kind of just like walking your way to the mansion as you feel somebody grab the scruff of your neck as you get pulled back into the shadows.
Shit. Sounds bad.
Eventually, this poor guard who has this like shortcut hair, wearing this kind of rugged leather tunic, comes walking by with a lantern on a stick, and he kind of just sticks it out, looks around both ways, then continues on his way with a as he walks off.
Okay, so we could, find an entrance down here, or we could try and find the window that we left open. But if memory serves, that was on the second floor.
I'm curious to see.
You might be right about that, but I don't.
Was it on the second floor?
Or was it
that's what I
It
remember.
was in the living room on the left side.
I think it was on the first floor, actually.
Yeah, it was on the
I
first
think it was on the left side of the house.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought for some reason that they led us upstairs.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I don't think they led you upstairs. I think there were stairs that led up.
Yeah.
I don't think we went up.
Maybe that was the main entrance that had stairs, and I assumed that meant we were upstairs.
I don't
But
think we did.
well, if that drawing room is on the first floor, then there's a cracked window.
I think it's actually on the side you guys are on now.
Yeah, because we went to the left.
To the window, I think.
To the window, to the wall.
You
To the
guys
wall.
head over to where you know this window to be, and as you get there, it is still propped open. Nobody decided to close it. You guys kind of like open it up and do your best to kind of slide in. There's just enough room for Tilvius to make his way inside at the
Still
full
Firefly.
extension of the window. It's kind of like the the European style windows as they like open and then come all the way out.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
slide open. Yeah. As you all kind of head inside, you notice that this room looks much the same. Most of the damaged and destroyed goods have been taken out, and they've started the process of like trying to fill in some of the gaps in the walls where the scratches are. It still looks like a mess, and there's no light in this room, and the door on the other side is closed, and you are inside the mansion. And that's where we're going to end.
Yay, we came
Yay,
back.
we're back in
We
Murder
did
House.
it.
Woo.
Yeah.
Mansion Town.
So, we will be back next week. Next week, things
Night of
will
Kings.
happen. We're gonna go through this mansion, and we're gonna long rest and see what happens after we long rest. So, let's go through our outros. You can tell me your favorite part of tonight, and we'll sign off. Hi, Joff.
Hello, I am Joff Internet, and my favorite part of tonight is that I completely and totally misunderstood that person was just having a really important thing that was happening the next day, as opposed to a really important thing that was happening in Port Saris. Totally read that wrong.
The world
And,
does not revolve around you, unfortunately.
No, it doesn't, and that actually makes way more sense. And the minute that I heard it, I was like, "Oh, I need to pay more attention." And that was a good reminder. That was what I liked. I also like anytime Josh says anything about cum. And I'll see you all next week.
Fucking damn it, dude. Hi, Amador.
Oh, that's me. I'm Amador. Yeah, I'm Amador. I play games here. You catch me on the other games. My favorite moment in today's was Rasadi literally fucking breaking the somatic components in a spell. That shit was really cool. Do it again.
Do it again. Speaking of, hi, Tony.
Supposedly, Argyle, I'll be able to do that again. It'll have to come at a moment where it's as beautiful as it was earlier, because that too was probably one of my favorite moments from tonight. I think watching Tilvia scale the fence is probably one of my favorite things of the night.
I have to
Spider
imagine.
pig. Spider pig.
I have to imagine the best part of that, as you guys watched this like horse just
The
go
flip.
up the side, is the clop, 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 clop. clop.
He is very faint. Trying to be quiet.
So, Andy, that's all I got for you tonight. Back to you.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, everybody. My favorite part was anytime we were not talking about cum.
That was a lot. That was a lot.
It was
That was
most
a lot
of
of
it.
cum.
Not enough, though.
Hi, Juice.
Hi. Tonight was great. I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
You know what? Good enough.
Yep.
Thank you all for showing up. Tonight was a blast. I think you all did amazing. I have been Dakota or Shira. I DM this group. Come back and see us next Thursday. We'll play more. We'll play more at a game. Everybody, I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope life is amazing for you, and I hope everything is great. Good night.
Thank you so much for tuning in to another Vibe Tribe production. What's going to happen next time? Well, you're going to have to tune in to find out. But until then, remember, take care of yourself, love one another, and as always, make sure that you keep the good times rolling. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you next time.